In this video, we'll learn about changing the settings of this current paper space or this layout, and we'll modify lots of properties related to this paper space. For example, the plotter, the paper sizes, the scales and everything else. So for changing those properties, you can go to this layout tab and from here select this page setup. Alternatively, you can also select the layout tab, right click and select page setup manager. So for now, I'll select this page setup option. Now this will open this page setup manager from where you need to select the layout which you want to modify. So I need this floor plan, so I'll select it. Now click on modify and here we have it. We have this page setup for lots of different properties related to the layout. We'll start with the printer or plotter. So right now this DWG to PDF.PC3 plotter is selected, but if you click on this drop down, you will see lots of other plotters which are available. So if you have any plotter installed, it will be listed in this. And for now, I've selected this DWG to PDF, but you can select this publish to web JPEG file or publish to web PNG file if you want output as images in JPEG or PNG format. You can also select this XPS compatible format, and you can select other formats. For example, here we have some formats for PDF with different quality presets, so you can select them as well. For now, I'll select this DWG to PDF. Now we have this properties button which is applicable for the plotter which you have selected. So right now, if you want to modify the properties of this plotter, simply click on properties and it will be available for you to modify. For now, I'll simply click on cancel. Now we have these PDF options. So when you click on PDF options, these options will be visible, but they will only be available for PDF plotters. So right now we have selected this DWG to PDF. If you select any other PDF compatible plotter, for example, this AutoCAD PDF high quality, it will still be available. But if you select any other plotter, for example, if you select this HP ePrint, that option will not be available. So I'll select DWG to PDF. And now I'll click on PDF options. Now from here you can control the vector quality. Right now it's set to 600 dpi or 600 dots per inch. Also the raster quality is set to 400 dpi or dots per inch. Now here we have this merge control which is set to override. So this is the final output which you will get. So if you have these colored line, the overlapping line will take its color and that will proceed over the color of line which is underneath it. You can change this setting by simply selecting line merge and you'll see the preview here. So that will be the output available for this setting. For now, I'll select this lines override. Now we have some options here. For example, the font handling option. So here, if you want to capture the fonts directly in the PDF, you can keep this option checked. But if you want to convert all the text into geometries, you can keep this option checked. For now, I'll select this capture fonts used in the drawings. Now we have some options related to layer. So if you want to include layer information, keep this checked. If you want to include hyperlink as well as bookmarks, keep these options checked as well. Now once these settings are done, click on OK. And now we have this paper size option. So from this menu, you can select your paper size. So right now we are using feet and inches or the imperial unit. We generally use ISO paper size. So I'll select ISO paper size here. So I'll select ISO A3 for this case. So right now NCA has been selected. So I'll move up in this list and here you'll see these two different kind of ISO paper sizes. The first one is ISO full bleed. So here we have this ISO full bleed A3 paper size or different paper sizes. Let's select this A3 full bleed. And here in the preview, you'll notice that we don't have any kind of margin here. So full bleed papers simply take up the complete space on your paper. But if you select normal ISO A3 paper, for example, here we have this normal ISO A3 in the landscape view. I'll select it. You'll see this small margin also which is available with that. So that's the paper size which we'll select, ISO A3 420 by 297 mm. Now we have the plot area option which is set to layout. I'll not change it, but you can change it to display or window. We also have the plot offset which we are not going to change, and here in the plot scale make sure that 1:1 scale is selected, so which is not set here in this case. So I'll not change this scale. I'll simply go to this mm and I'll change it to inches. So as we are using inches as the standard unit for this drawing, so I'll change it to inches and the scale has been set. But if it is not set, you can change it to 1:1 from this drop down. Now we have here plot style tables, and we'll learn about plot style table in the next module. Right now you can simply see all of these plot style tables which are available. If you want drawing to be plotted as black and white drawing, you can select this monochrome, or you can select acat.stb if you want to retain the same colors. You can also select none if you don't want any plot style tables. So I'll simply select acat.stb, that's the standard plot style. And also we have the quality here, which is normal. You can change it to draft, preview, or high quality like presentation, maximum, or custom quality, in which you can specify your own DPI value. There is a limitation to this DPI value which is dependent on the type of plotter which you have selected. So I'll simply select normal quality. Now if you want to plot object line widths, keep this checked. Want to plot the transparency, keep this one also checked. Now if you want to plot the plot styles, so these are the plot styles, so keep this also checked. And generally the paper space is plotted first. So if you want to override this setting, and if you want to plot paper space in the end, and if you want to plot model space in the beginning, you can keep this unchecked. Also we have the last option, which is hide paper space objects, and this is applicable generally to the 3D drawings. So in case of 3D drawings, the hidden objects or the obscured objects will be hidden from the paper space also. So now we have the orientation, which is set to portrait or landscape. You can select any of these. I'll select landscape, and now click on OK. So you'll notice that this layout will respond in an appropriate way. The layout simply changed. Also the plotter margin changed accordingly, because new settings are now applicable. And now if you look at this preview panel, you'll see that we have new settings: DWG to PDF plotter. Also we have the plot size, which is 16.54 by 18.69 inches, and that's its equivalent in the metric which we have already selected. That's the paper size ISO A3. Now with these settings, click on close, and we have the paper size ISO A3 here. So that's the ISO A3 paper with these plotter margins, and we'll now start arranging our drawing on this layout.